Margins are really thin, and one of the things we saw from the guard was their ability to really expose M80, not just necessarily on pistols, but in particular, getting an eco advantage early. So this pistol is super important towards the guard as they're looking to try to go right through this alarm bot. John is in the way of this, and actually that's enough pressure to kind of force the guard to return back over towards A as the spike is leaning towards long.
Yeah, and John, anything but left alone. Zander, however, stuck inside the nebula smoke. I said stuck, but look at it shift. Zander showing up today. 2 early kills for M80 as the guard now got to back away from it all and try and figure it out in a 3v5.
Probably got to imagine looking for a retake off of the plant.
Yeah, I mean, eeiu, he's just been kicking back on the beach chair, got his coconut drink with the umbrella in, and he's been on an island this entire time, and I mean, he's been successful in staying alive. Now will finally make himself known after a couple of shock darts. He'll land some bullets onto net. That cuts things down to 2. It's Trent, it's Jonah, and they're across the map from one another, but they're starting to do some damage. Now it's all up to Trent, and unfortunately, this is not the round we see him pop off.
Of approach. It doesn't necessarily have to be A. But that takes the first blood against Koala. That could open the floodgates, and with 20 seconds, they've got to go quick. Wow,
I mean, that right there, heartbreaking for M80. Not something that you normally see. Koala falls to the Vandal. Meanwhile, action out towards B. Players are being dealt with. The time is starting to get low. Good reveal. Zander holding it down. No Koala needed as the Astra continues to fight forward. It's damage found. It's 5 seconds. A cosmic divide. We'll see if John looks to go in front of it, and yes, he does. NiSMO now left all on his lonesome. Tried to make the hero play was johnqt. Unfortunately, he falls short.
And now he's without utility. Trent's also got 2 shock darts. It's the most awkward plant you've probably ever seen on A, but time forced it to be right here on the edge of the Cosmic Divide. And as NiSMO clears one side, he may have an idea that they have swung right back through into shops. And if he gets this information, the utility may not be needed. It just comes down to, can he actually take the transfer and win the 1v2 in a difficult spot?
Yeah, having an idea that maybe they're sitting art here. First one up is Valyn. That spike doesn't even get halfway. Beautifully.
M80 haven't really had a chance to do much following up at the moment because the guard have controlled every instance of this game, really up until that little set play with the Hunter and the Operator came out. So this is an important round. They try to establish some trends here for M8. They're getting pushed off by the Aldron. Hunter's Fury will also flush them back, and that should be a free sight for the guard, but not so much. Zander continues to impress, and that will allow a chance for M80 to try to hold.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the kills right back. Zander doing his darndest again. Finds he kills as Tex wants to push forward, get a little aggressive, but now numbers down. Both Trent and net utility to hang on to. Shock dart will find damage. Is that going to be enough? Look at this, the investment. Round comes through. They're going to try and force these attackers all the way off site. And Trent will try and deal with this one up. As net backs away from it all. Trent will make it 2 deals with the lockdown jump out. No! He doesn't find the damage, but so much has been dealt. Koala now with the knives will take the fight, but net wins it out once more.
This round is going to be a little bit more pressed here for the guard. Just a solo Vandal with a couple of pistol upgrades in round 11.
And this one feeling good. They're finally able to reset, but that solo Vandal finds 2 more for the team. I mean, johnqt's left all on his low. He's not long for this world.
You wouldn't think so, especially as it's been yeah, okay. That will make things a little bit more comfortable. Leaves it down to a 2v5. koalanoob needs to find a way to get an entry here, but with an Operator, this may be one of those situations where M80 may try to just see if eeiu can make a solo play, because you don't want to give up the op this late in the half.
3 seconds away from the recon. The Operator only missing the timing. Just narrowly missing the shots. Good crouch from Valyn will keep him alive. Now Koala gonna head for the hills. Net will run him down, and no reason not to. Wow. You brought that rifle and sheriffs into this round, and there goes the Operator.
Really allowed the guard to just use their utility beautifully. And now, of course, we're in round 12, and that conversation will change, but even in the exchange here, 2 for 2 is fine if you're the guard.
You will gladly take down one more defender, and Tex with the Operator proving proficient there. If it was the Battle of the Jets today, not what we highlighted in our head-to-head, it's definitely Tex who was coming out on top of it all. johnqt, not wanting to be revealed, will back away, and John and Zander, they're going to try their hand at this. Cosmic Divide available. 2v3. Look at the util. Net full utility. Here comes the Cosmic Divide, and John does it again. He moves just a second too early. Now it's all up to Zander. He's been good for 3 in rounds before. In a 1v3, he has to be perfect. Trent just on the other side of the pillar. Operator still playing out towards long. Net giving him nothing. There's the first. Alarm bot to reveal. Now as time ticks away, the Cosmic Divide will also fall. Zander ready for the angle. A star to play with. And the star goes down, but now he'll take the long angle against the operator. It's Tex on the other side. Good spray. Doesn't quite find it there. He just has to run up to the spike. He has to stick to the fuse here. Maybe look to get this one halfway, but a nano swarm still available. The turret shooting him down as well.
Or you based on previous results?
Yeah, 8 straight the last time they met, and you only have 5 to lose if you're M80. And well, 1 of 5, Zander. The first one taken down, net in play. Off of his alarm bot. Backstab there. Just nobody expecting the killjoy here on this corner. NiSMO sneaks away, escapes death. So does Jonah, but a 2-for-1 trade thus far. M80 still a player down.
Man. Tough scenes, because it's just one of those situations that, okay, I thought for a second the guard was still going to be able to contest this position, bottom side tower, but not to be. So now the spike could possibly be planted. Maybe a step too far forward there from NiSMO. A bit greedy, I think some would argue, but M80 are looking to kind of play this through Link, and they've got utility that's going to be completely absent of this long route coming on the backside from Tex. So this is going to lead to a full-out overwhelm, and no one's expecting Tex here.
Yeah, fortunately the players aren't quite giving themselves up. John gonna try and take those fights. Now Trent gonna hopefully help his jet out here. Turret does some damage there. Tex deals just enough to cut it down to 1. It's Jonqt playing back calls. A very healthy jet still alive. In this round, everything from M80 to try and get back into this game. Tex taps once more. Back on the angle. Now out of time. Will only play for the kill. And John has done just enough. Beautifully played. With respect to the guard. Maybe we need to see them play a little bit more disrespectful. Lockdown comes through. Jonah, you know they're staying on this site to fight, and finally they do sniff that one out. Meanwhile, Zander's playing late lurk here. 2 players all the way up through main. Valyn and Trent, both of which have been dealt with in this one. So much more doable now for M80.
Do you expect Tex? That's the real question. And well, Zander does. That is so heads up from Zander. Just takes the round into his own hands and calls game.
And Tex has the high grounds here. On the top turnbuckle with the operator. Will find the first. Looks to sneak away. Hunter Shuri, though, going to try and chase him down. But it doesn't land the first shot, nor the second. The third, however, does hit. Tex still wants to fight, but Zander silences the jet here on this site. So a 1-for-1 trade thus far. The site, it has been taken, but Hunter Shuri in response from Trent. We'll see how much he can get out of this one.
Thing is, this is all setting up net from the flank, just pushing them all into this corner. Now the lockdown is earned. NiSMO is in a little bit of trouble here. Does respond, so hold on a second. With eeiu also pushing back, Trent at range, and the lockdown destroyed. This gets to a very different 2v2 with M80 now in the advantage, leaving it to JonahP for the 1v2.
Jonah, first fight here with eeiu does get revealed from the suppression. Now knows exactly where NiSMO is playing, but the spike, it's planted for M80, but Jonah continues the reign of terror. First kill.
And it's on Zander, your top kill leader and your controller, that has been finding the only success on these entries. So now it has to be someone like NiSMO to get some clearance, and he drops second. So, oh boy, they're running out of options, Tanner. Not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, what do they have? Jonqt goes aggressive. Tex, for whatever reason, is still inside the sewers with the operator. John not happy about that one. eeiu, I mean, they call a timeout, but it doesn't matter. It's flawless to close us out here, and it's much like we saw last time. The guard on top very favorably. Head out towards this B site. Zander maybe spots something there, and with that, looks like the go button now being hit. Trent could be solo on the opposite side. Incendiary comes down. Shorty in hand. NiSMO trades that kill out, but are they expecting more behind it for now? Tower is not safe.
No, it's a hot spot for sure. And interestingly enough, behind cover of smoke, guard are still just going to commit on in. Leaving koalanoob kind of in a weird spot, but a key first win. Traded away back once again. Now the retake's on the way.
Yeah, NiSMO finds another. Trent now to battle all the way back, but in a 1v2. This one is just out of reach. It was close. All still available for Zander. Last round, the flash was just a decoy. This time, though, there's a bit more behind it. Rolling Thunder goes through. Smokes go up, and Tex wants to fight aggressively on the opposite side. We'll see how much M80 give him. His net will finally start to complete this lurk, but Zander deals with them early.
Oh, big first 2 kills here for M80 on the retake. Orbital Strike is also spent to kind of flush out the site. So as you start to clear, koalanoob is going to know for sure that he's going to have to try to play this through halls, and you still have some utility to possibly flash him in if they need to try to pressure this.
Aftershock and make sure it's a little bit harder to sit onto that spike. No commit finally comes through, so now it's all up to the spam, all up to the spray. NiSMO gets taken down through the smoke. Zander there to battle back, and Koala, the tip of the spear, just the diffuser here, will cut the wires. The top side of the map. This round, it yields no results outside of information that nobody's there, and it'll be a retake once more for M80.
They do have a lot of utility here. That's the best part about this for M80. They didn't contest anything up front, and NiSMO, Koala get the first 2 kills. Now they can really break down this site with the utility that they have left.
Yep, Net stuck top site for now. Doesn't want to push through the fragment there. Rolling Thunder, another one coming through. We're just back and forth with Rolling Thunders. Good reveal, though, as Koala picks up a rifle, starts to find the kills. Net battles back, though, holds the high grounds on the turnbuckle. NiSMO will finally...
Fine, but I think M80 is going to have an ability here to just get a hard read. It's not enough time for them to get a full execute here, but Taco Streak goes up. A little bit more lingering doubt. koalanoob again. Hard press to miss. He takes down a 3 in the round, 2 in this next attempt. Trent can go nowhere.
I don't know if we got a single clutch, but the guard were doing some pretty crazy things. This time, that has been managed, and again, the disrespect is just there. Rolling Thunder into all of them, allows Koala to keep pushing forward. Zander gonna meet him on the other side as the guard want to fight through the smoke themselves. 3 players still remain on both sides, though. This one an even trade thus far. Koala just pushing forward. Spectre and Hand will swap now to a Guardian, but he's dealt with in some way, somehow, after all the commotion. Valyn, the last alive for the guard here against 2 in the last round of the half.
Yeah, if you're prone to epilepsy through strobe effects, turn away, because that was just a hodgepodge of
side of it, but both here on the right side, both on the swing. He deals with one, but NiSMO there to close it, right? If Koala is on fire, then your team is typically on fire. So that's exactly what happens. We swap sides. So Koala dashed onto the side. He was stunned up. Valyn holding it down. He wasn't happy about how things ended in the last half. So he brings the fight right to M80 here in the pistol round of the second. Oh my God, and it does not stop there.
Wow. So this is one of those good luck, have fun moments for John, as he's been completely concussed in
the light shield by 0 point. Turns off the abilities. Good snake bite, though, before that happens. Well, Trent maybe gonna get run down. That's just a stinger in the light shields. It might not matter. The first couple of duels, Net and Trent are gone. Koala gets lucky himself as he sprays one through the smoke, and finally some good fortune back in favor of M80, and that good fortune will force Tex to save.
There are 3 members who are 1 orb away from ultimate, so I can respect that third-person perspective.
Yeah, somebody, anybody, please grab it. They don't. They don't want to get randoms through anything. Another one close to it in that orbital strike. Jonqt holding the rear here. Makes quick work of both Trent and Valyn, who are working their way with pistols. And at this point for the guard, you can only hope for maybe some exits, trying to do some economic damage. It's really hard to do so because it's been starting to build up for M80. Yeah, they're here on the side. The spike's planted. They got nothing for it. Shots are there. No way. What did Tex just do? And Koala came to play, and his team has been making sure that he's able to do so successfully. Dash inside. Gonna look to get the spike planted here. Maybe Jonah gets aggressive. It's only Koala here. He's left on an island, but now the post is there. Rolling Thunder comes through. NiSMO to be tagged up by this one as Jonqt plays through the sewers, and Zander finds another. We trade back and forth for 2, but a Rolling Thunder and all the ults still available for M80. Make this one. Holy moly! Tex goes high into the sky, and he's eventually dealt with after he finds his first. The guard, they have to go aggressive. They have to find these kills and get the spike defused as Valyn steps inside. The incendiary. Out comes the Null Commander, the Cosmic Divide, excuse me, as he pushes aggressive. Zander wasn't ready.
And now all of a sudden, the guard are on 7. koalanoob looks to get aggressive, and it once again works out, and knives are earned. He's looking for the finished blow.
Man, and if Tex finds that kill there, maybe this round is salvageable, but koalanoob is just on a reign of terror, and it makes you think, why did you sacrifice him in the last round? Because he continues to do stuff like this into the next few as JonahP gonna try and fight his way out of a sight, but he is just in the trenches. Now Valyn and Tex will work their way across the map through their spawn and try and deal with this 2v4.
Oy. It's just, it makes you kind of sit and wonder, why did we not just let koalanoob do this in the last map? But And he came different in this one. Tex by himself. This would be a 1v4. And, well, he's got a lot of things to check with the operator. It's not going to work out. Conviction from M80 in map number 2. A lot of those 13 rounds you could put together in the span of maybe 17, 16 total rounds. I mean, or not 16, 17 or 18 total rounds. I mean, that was a dominant display from
something like that, right? A handful of eeiu killjoy gadgets out towards this B site. Meanwhile, Tex can work his way all the way up the platform. Zander put in a rough spot. He's still here to try and fight, but the crunch finally pays off. JonahP will find the first. Shock darts to try and force johnqt. I mean, lots of util used just to get johnqt disconnected from the play.
Yeah, I really like that a lot because Tex is holding a close angle with a frenzy. So this could be very dangerous. And the fault line does connect, though. M80 trying to make their play forward. But, yeah, trade's looking solid, and the last shock dart will land. So good breakdown, good execution, and even better isolation once the guard got on the site, in my mind. Raj was never threatened because the sentry turret's there to keep it honest, and the shock dart on the way in towards B also deletes the alarm bot for M80. So the defense now outside of the zone with not a lot that can probably get them in unless they were able to win out some gunfights through smoke.
I mean, a couple of flashes, and it looked like for a second NiSMO wanted to push on through. He just goes for a bit of chip damage, which they do find onto Tex. He's yet to give up his position, though. Fault line back sight. Valyn dealt with that. Smoke's off the table, but the trades are there, and it's 2 in favor of Tex as he drops down, gives up his position with 51 HP. Oh, the dash. He catches the wall, and he can't sneak out safely as Jonah will look to hold the line here with 1 HP. A couple of players at his back, and NiSMO slowly working his way around. Net just gets lucky once more. The shots are good through the smoke, but now they have to try and do it again, and it's Trent to do it. A couple of bulldog shots will take a bite out of John, and NiSMO will look to get the spike all the way. John goes half, and NiSMO
at least into garage for now.
30 seconds left.
No util to stall, even if it was up. johnqt is not.
Huge.
So this space taken, spike to be planted, but yeah, Tex dealt with. That's one of the extremities that the attackers wanted to try and keep control of here in the post plant. It's been given up.
The sentry turret will be first contact if anyone tries to push through this garage side. So this is also a difficult prospect as far as breaking down this post plant. Although eeiu's gonna be right around the corner from this lockdown, he would have to go huge.
I mean, it might only take 1 bullet, though. He does not have to be perfect. He just has to be crazy. And it looks like he wants to do that. NiSMO finds 1 eeiu out for 2, make it 3 of his own. The lockdown gone. And this right behind it,
With no one even in a position to take a look to see how many members for the guard are even here. This is all about playing post-plant retake if you're M80, and they don't even have any ultimates to do this. So you're going to have to get the fault line recharged. You hope some of these flashes hit, or maybe that koalanoob can make this C-long play a bit more safe and keep the guard trapped on site to make sure that utility is even more valuable.
And now they know, right? The guard have to do something desperate here, or else he'll just be overrun by the numbers. As Trent starts to work his way out towards mid, 2 still remain on the site, that being Valyn and JonahP, and one of them's been dealt with. Turns out players in the smoke, and it's all up to Trent, who's going to try and play linchpin in a 1v5. A little low on time, though. 2 kills come through, 2 more swing, and unfortunately splitting the uprights there as Zander.
Play, and likely the only one we're going to see unless Net gets a couple of kills.
Deleted.
Not the killjoy you were hoping for to find the kills if you were the guard. Instead, it's johnqt. Koala finds one of his own, able to back away safely in a very similar situation where the guard are down players. M80 bolstered up heavy out towards the C site in way of defense, and koalanoob is doing koalanoob things. Trent down to 5 HP, so if there's any clutch factor, he doesn't have the health for it, and look at that. Koala lines him up, takes him down, and M80 finally.
And there's a full retake coming in over to the backside of windows, so M80 are a little bit pinned up in sort of the site. It just comes down to can they get the kills needed to kind of stave this off, and the first 2 are good.
Yeah, utility usually the name of the game for the guard, so what does John try to do? Run him down and catch Trent with util in hand. Finally, Valyn will be dealt with.
Remaining.
Net gonna start to work his way back through the fight. Unfortunately, he's out of time, out of space, out of HP, out B. So alarm bot still reveals. Nano swarm buys some time. Zander gonna work his way into the plant, teleporting into the nano swarm, pushing through though. Beautiful stun there by JonahP. Tex will collect another one out towards mid as Zander fights back for one of their own. Shock darts for damage. Smoke is out. koalanoob ready for it, though. The TP red. But now it's all up to eeiu. There's 3 players on the other side, and he does not
in order
get
to play retake.
Wow.
Lockdown's also in, but the aftershock will immediately deny it.
I mean, he's also got to get a couple of shots into it. And there it is. Yeah, completely gone there. NiSMO puts his life on the line, but backs away, successful in his endeavors. Paranoia to slow things down for both sides for now. We're locked down on the opposite end in this 3v5. I mean, it's just way more digestible now. Should deny for a moment. A few safe spots, back sight, but that spike continues to tick away as the smokes dissipate. Tex will hold the angle. Nano swarms you. Zander, the smoke of his own. Gonna try and stop something on the back lines, but Tex good for 3 kills on the round. Jonqt and NiSMO now left with everything to do. A couple of cloud bursts down will deny the sight lines. Jonqt just has to spam and get lucky. He has to hope, he has to pray, and in the 1v1 he does it! Yeah, it doesn't stop the push though. M80 still sticking to the plan here. Dash onto the site. Tex trying to be the linchpin in all this one. Hunter sure to clear things out as M80 clean up a few kills of their own. Zander fights his way out of graffiti.
The guard are stacked heavy in towards mid. A lot of utility could be spent try to stall this M80 hit out.
Oh, I think both players spot him. No way, Trent was thinking that he didn't get spotted. Koala pushes forward, he gets 3.
What? I mean, the paranoia that comes out was so key from Zander as well, because there was a moment there where koalanoob looked like he may have been a little bit stuck inside that smoke, but not.
Looks like fault line queued up from the attack here. Rolling Thunder actually sent into the attack, but we go 1 for 1. That holds it down, stunned up. It doesn't matter. Zander is still fighting forward. This guy flooding with confidence here as we trade. Fault line, Rolling Thunder, back and forth. The flashes are there, locked down as well. But this time, it's not looking great for the guard. They look to close things out. It's all up to Tex, but he has to head for the hills. An operator, a 1v3, and a spike to defuse. Nobody gives him an angle. First up might be Jonqt, but he's playing so far off. And Tex, I mean, just the worst possible situation revealed by the alarm bot. Fault line at his feet. Who swings first? Who gives him anything? Shorty's out. He tries to deal with it, but it's NiSMO to do it. It's M80. They battle back. They reverse sweep in the best of 3. They reclaim their spot at the top, and it's the bomb squad, baby.